Okay, well, let's see if I can find out if I'm going live. All right. Hi, everybody. So, if you give me half a second here, since I'm still trying to figure all of this out, I'm going to go on my iPad here and finish that and go back to this. So, how's your day been, everybody? I tell you, it's been a journey today here. Images by Gretchen. Go to my account. Go to where I am. Go here and come on. Oh, sorry, iPad fell over. So yes, it has been an interesting day. So I am scheduled to be going live right now, and we'll see if it's working. I don't see. I am live. Okay. So I'm not sure where this is, so I'm going to go to me on this camera. And hopefully, hi Glenda. So Glenda, I hope you can see me. Oh my gosh, I am having kind of a crazy time there. And so tonight, next step in this adventure of going live and having plans. If you saw anything in the description, you saw where I had a plan initially to do my life in black and white and changed it. So I titled this Throw a Fit, Make a Scene. Kind of how I felt today. I don't know about anybody else, but it's been that kind of a day. And I'm actually trying to figure out where my little screen is. It shows me the window for show all, nope. And comments and reactions. There we go. Oh, yay! Hi Donna. Yes, I got it. Comments and reactions. So like I said, everybody, I'm learning eCam, and I'm trying to figure out how to get all the different windows up that I want to see. And I want to see the program or the scenes. Okay. And I can't see on my computer what it looks like. Are you guys just seeing? Oh, Donna, that's so nice. Hi, Gloria. Would somebody in the comments let me know if you're seeing just my main scene with me talking in the little corner? Or if you're seeing something else. Maybe if I click on that. Oh, maybe now. There you go. Okay, now you can see me. I hope it's coming along on my main screen in the studio. We'll see. If not, yep. All right. It's that change in time. So here's the adventure today. It's been interesting. I apologize in advance if my internet crashes. It was in and out, in and out, in and out today. I was on Michelle Lawrence's live branding. Wow, look at all these folks. Yay. And it just crashed on that. I had a multitude of things going on, and so that's what I'm going to tell you about, and why this is instead of my life in black and white, it's throw a fit, make a scene. So make a scene is in eCam, which is what I'm using to do this broadcasting and learning, is a way that you set things up to show. This is a scene that I have, and I can switch back to something else, but I haven't figured out how to do it seamlessly, and I haven't really figured out how to build them, and I had plans today to do that. Today had even been a day where I made a list, and I had all things to do, and one of them was to do the end cards for my last videos. Got that done. One of them was to pull the black and whites for the live that I wanted to do. But the main thing was to get images ready for my art storefront site, for my website, some new images up there. that's where things went haywire. And so, cheers. I struggled with it all day. And I'll take you a little bit through how it went and what it did and why I resolved it and how it had to go. And just, oh, well, Angie's having, thanks, Gloria, that's really nice. Oops, you probably need my microphone in front of me. I always move it aside here. Maybe that's better on sound. So our friend Angie in the fluid art community has had a rough day, so I'm hoping that she feels better. So if you're of that nature and you feel so inclined, send Angie some love and light, and I'm sure that the guides will get it to her. So anyway, tonight I'm going to show you a couple other things that happened today and what happened with what I was trying to do. So I have a website that my things are up for sale on that are not my originals that I print myself, but that I have in metal and I have in acrylic, and they can get them in printed and all kinds of different things. I have coasters and different kind of stuff, and I just haven't put anything back up there recently due to the fact that I really didn't know why. And today I figured it out, and it has to do with my workflow and what I let become hurdles in that workflow. And I want you to listen, that's important when I say what I let become hurdles. They are just inconveniences, and they cause time and all this. So my computer that I use is a 2013 iMac, 27-inch screen. I've had it, and when I bought it, it was the top of the top. It was maxed out with the maximum amount of storage and RAM, and then I've added more RAM and all this. Well, if you occasionally hear sounds in the background, it's because that poor big thing is chugging away. When I bought that in 2013, file images were not the size that they are now. If you did a panorama and you ended up with a 50 megabyte file of several pictures stitched together, that was unusual. Now, with the newer cameras and the larger sensors, and I have a Canon R5, each one of my individual pictures is sometimes over 50 megabytes. And then when I do a pano, if I stitch one together, or if I do a stack of focus stacking, that can send those files up over 100 megabytes. And when you start shooting as much, so just in Moab, when I was there for 20 days, I shot over 1,200 pictures. All right. At 50 megabytes a piece minimum, that's a whole lot of storage. When I went to Alaska in 2015 and I shot my bears, photographed the bears in Katmai, I shot 4,000 pictures in 3 days. And had nowhere near the large file sizes because I was using a Canon 6D and just didn't have the sensor size. So now I have this. I have external storage, but it still has to process back and forth between my external storage and go back to where Lightroom Classic is held, because I use the Classic rather than the cloud version. And my storage capacity is something that's going to have to be resolved, because the 8 terabyte that backs up the iMac and all my photos is almost full, and 1, 2, 3, 3 or 4 terabytes are full, and one is new, and I just started putting this year's on it. So when I'm having to pull off of a file that is on a full hard drive and pull it on and work on it, and then that changes it and brings it back and adds to it, it's just a nightmare. So today that nightmare came to a big fruition, and I'll tell you about it. I'm going to go over here to Lightroom Classic if I can get there on this new one. It's going to take you hopefully to share my screen. And again, I don't have this down pat. We're going to go here. And my goal today was to take the pictures that I had from last night. This is one I worked on, and some of the other ones was to take those and upload them to my website. Well, this particular image was one that I took on my phone. So the resolution wasn't as good as I would like to be able to print larger. So I can change that resolution by taking it into what's called Topaz AI Gigapixel, and it actually, using that AI stuff, multiplies the pixels to make it printable in larger. It would have been only available for an 8x16, and now I can do it in a 48x26. Yeah, that's a big difference. But it wouldn't open in Topaz. And let me see if I've got this. I hope you guys are seeing this. Since it's just a few of us, I'll give it a bit of personal info. My husband works for Western Digital. Do you have any questions on storage? I can ask him. Oh, Donna. Oh my gosh. You know what, Donna? I have, I'll be sending you a message because I just don't have them all formulated. Thank you, Donna. That's really good. I have some Western Digitals here, and I'm actually thinking of putting a whole new system together. So I will send you a message. Thanks so much. Wow. Gosh. So it was this. So yeah, you can see it. Okay, there it is. It's showing me and showing what you can see. Yes. Okay, I've got a little corner here where it's showing me that you guys can see what I can see. Yay! I get so excited when that happens. I find the right thing. Oh my gosh. So this was one of the ones I was trying to work on, and then there was, but before I take you to the other ones, I came up with a little story for you guys today about my day, and I brought these are all images that that are down here in my I don't know what, I can't remember what we call it, a film reel. It's kind of like a film strip that have been taken to AI Gigapixel, and I've done. But I'm going to take you to tell you a little story. Let my librarian come out. Made this up kind of as I saw these and thought, oh, these guys will get a kick out of this. So one day there was a very determined lady bear, and she decided it was the day she was going to get things done. And she was feeling great. And as she headed on down the river, there were things to see, but she kept going. She was not going to let herself be distracted. And as she got going down the river, she ran into some rougher waters. And things didn't quite work out the same way she wanted. And she got frustrated, not quite sure what to do. So she just sat down in the river and decided to listen to some things from some friends. Got a few new ideas. Took a deep breath, sunk into her favorite comfy chair, wrote a new list, and decided to get back at it and keep going, because she knows that when she gets something done that she wants to, she can take a big deep breath and rest. Oh my gosh, my bears always make me feel better. If nothing else, I just look at my bear pictures and it always makes me feel better. They will be a feature in a live one night, I'm sure. This particular lovely lady or gentleman, I don't know, it was my first day out in Katmai. We were walking, had just come across that river, chest deep, chest waders, camera bags above our head, after hiking 6-7 miles down through the river, through the bears all day. And we climbed up a kind of a cliff type thing to get up to the top of the meadow, and we were waiting to head out to cross about another mile across the meadow to go to a big lake where the float planes could pick us up. And I'm walking along the path, and all of a sudden this lady sticks her head up for about 50 feet from me. I'm like, oh, hi. And they were there like that. They didn't care a fig about us. And, so this is hide and seek, part of my bear book. But they're pretty awesome. They're amazing. So this was kind of how I felt. That was kind of how I felt. And I finally I took a deep breath, and I got on Michelle Lawrence's, I listened to, this morning I listened to a bunch of pouring, the pouring train from the Fluid Art community, which was amazing. And then this afternoon, when I was just super frustrated about stuff, Lori Fitzer, Art by Sparkle, was going to do her first premiere, and the notification popped up, and I thought, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to listen to Lori. And she did such an amazing job with the pouring, and all this kind of stuff. And I thought, okay, you can do this. And then I got on with Michelle, and her internet kept buffering, our mind kept buffering, and she kept going in and out. And there were like 4 people in there that were all of them laughing, and some people were there, and finally she just disappeared. And I was like, okay, so if that happens to me, we'll see how it goes. So I thought, I'm gonna do something that always, what is it that makes me feel really good when I am really satisfied about my work? And one of the things I really love to do is I love to print my work, and I love to make originals. So of these this group that I brought back in, there are all kinds of, but like I said, this was the one that I had been working on today. And I had to send it out to Topaz, and it kept giving me an error message. Lightroom wouldn't do it, and then it wouldn't take it with my adjustments. And I just was, so I decided to print. And so I'm going to show you. Let me go back to my scene that's just me on the camera. All right. So folks, this might be a little bit of an adjustment for you. So let me go grab the last one, because I just got it off the printer. Don't go away. There it is. Okay. Here we go. That one. Oh, this one. this one. Okay. So, I'm back. My printer's around the corner. Guys laughing. I hope. So this was part of this whole thing was, if you have any of this kind of stuff happening to you, there's really, I mean, you can rage against the storm, as they would say, but it's not going to do you a dang bit of good. It doesn't help at all. So I learned a long time ago to choose my battles. And when you raise two very strong-willed young women, and you're the youngest of four very strong-willed sisters, and you are raised on a farm, and you have parents that, just expect you, just there's no reason not to get things done. You just kind of say, okay, you got to figure it out. My mom had a saying, and it was called, and it was, fix it up, wear it out, make it do without. Now that's kind of doesn't really fit, but the figure it out, make it work. What can you do? And as I said on my description, when you have sour grapes, make wine. So I didn't make wine, I made Bailey's. So anyway, this was, not that one, sorry. That's one of my abstracts. We'll go back to this one here. Let's see if you can, you can't see that one. Oops. All right. So that picture, let's go back to this Lightroom Classic here that you can see. Let's see if I can get it up in full frame. Oops. Is it going to do it? Oops. No. Don't do that. I expanded it. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, here we go. Why is it not? There we go. All right. So that's a full frame picture that you should be able to see of it. And so I printed it and hoping that it would be right. Part of a challenge that I have being a photographer and then doing lives is that my lighting, I change it back and forth, and that's not so great for my calibration with my screen. And it is and it's just makes it kind of difficult. So here we go. So this was the first one I printed of it. Too dark. The calibration was way off. So this is what you're probably going to freak out, but this is the photographer's equivalent of scraping a painting, my pouring friends. It just was not so good. I have to do that. I just have to tear it up. Now, the next one, I fixed that, but then Picky Me was not quite happy with the contrast here because I dropped the saturation on there. So I'm not so sure. Then the next one, I tried it again, and once again I went too big, and I knew right off the bat. Okay. So, but I stuck with it, and I just went and grabbed it, and there it is. So there's the settings. That's the one. Okay. So this will be the edition, the first edition. This one that I'm not so this is going to be an artist proof. So what I'm going to do on my lives for a while, and I'm going to say this, I am going to make my artist proofs into giveaways for people who are coming to the lives. So I'm going to take all the names the first week. So that's the first. This is the fourth one. So 5 tomorrow. On 5, I'll take all the names that have come to all the lives and who's been there, and I'll put their names in a hat, and I'll draw for this artist proof, and they'll get it. That'll be it. I'll sign it. It's a 1 of 1. It's an artist proof, and then the original will go up. Well, the original will go in up for sale in a live show that I do. How's that sound? Does that sound like it's a way to come up with something that I think, okay, what can I do? Yes, I tore up 2 pictures. What can I do with the other 2? One is an artist proof. It's still very beautiful. I really like it. The original, or the one that's going to be the final print, which will be, I'll put in original prints, and that'll be great. I love it. I love it. That's what I'm going to do. So, thanks, Gloria. I really appreciate that. And Glenda, and Donna's here. So, Glenda, Donna, and Gloria. Oops, I'm going to write your names down right now, because you guys have been here, and I know I can find the names, but if I just write them down right now, Gloria, Glenda, and Donna, and let's see, I know Angie was here the other night. Oops, what did I do? Oh, I'm still there. I was looking through some other pictures. So that's, you guys here for 3, 2, and 1. I'll have to go back. See? So I put it up here. 3, 2, and 1. You like my notes? I'm just grabbing stuff to make it work. It has to. It has to. What a day. What a day. So that's okay. You make wine out of sour grapes. And that's kind of how things were. And I feel a whole lot better by doing something like this, that I got a print done, and I got a print done, and it's just really feels good. Now, did I get the other parts of the list done? Did I get the pictures loaded up to my website? No. Did I get an email sent out to my email list? No. Something I really don't do very well at. And but I did something really good. I got things accomplished, and I found a workaround. So when Topaz wouldn't open out of Lightroom, it's a plugin. It's supposed to open right away, and for some reason it wasn't. And I sent a chat message to Topaz, and they probably sent me an email, and it's probably come back. But I didn't want to sit around and wait for that. So I thought of, what can I do? What variation can I change to see if I can make it work? Yes, it took about 4 more steps than it should, because I had to export it to my desktop, which took a while to save, and then I had to import it into Topaz, which, by the way, I had to upgrade. I mean, it had updates on it, and then figure all that out, and they took really a long time to process, because, my dear computer, that's okay. Here, I just had a thought, and then I'll finish the other thought, and then I'll come back to this one. And then I had to import them back in to Lightroom, and then readjust, because it did some craziness with the coloration on them. And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing. that's what I did and got it done. But that's okay. So it's been a day, and I'm glad I got something good done out of it. I feel good about the picture. And I'm not even going to say I wish I would have gotten other stuff done. Those things are, because that would just be a negative that it is what it is. It's not right, wrong, good, or bad. It is. It's, you work around it. You look at the fact that I got things done. I got pushed through it. And next, that's all I can say is it's just next. Oh, Gloria. You'd be surprised what you could do. You know, you guys do the fluid paint, and I have a good time with my granddaughter. We've done some things that are pretty insane and pretty wonderful and pretty terrible. Well, if you've seen some of the other videos, that the paint pours where Layla and I poured over bowling balls. Yeah, the bowling ball pour. We also took a plastic picnic table that was a big one for outside. I don't think we filmed that one, but we painted, poured all over it, and it was just this giant thing. She's only 9, so we were doing this, and so we had something to paint on outside. I have to, after this, I'm going to go out and put polyacrylic on her coasters that she's done. And I went to Habitat. You guys, if you have a Habitat for Humanity by you, and you want to do tile coasters for paint pouring, you guys, go to Habitat. She's willing to sell them to me in bulk for less than 5 cents a piece. And or at them, if they can't sell them to you in bulk for more, they're 5 to 7 cents a piece. They're just amazing. Anyway, put them in the dishwasher, wash them off, then they're done, ready to go. That's my little bit of I love another saying, present, not perfect. Oh, Donna, that's amazing. Gloria, it's so technical, you could never do it. Yeah, it does get kind of, I guess I don't think of it as technical, because I think of it more in a right brain aspect, in terms of the color and the composition and that type of things with it. I can be technical. I was the technology coordinator for our school district in my building, and I got a degree in educational, my master's is in educational technology, but that's from 1998. Yeah, I could wire a building back then, and I could do all kinds of stuff, but that's not what I do now. Couldn't do it now, but I just know that it's not going to break if I do something. But fortunately, that's the good thing about Lightroom, is that when I work on it, it's not destructive until I print things wrong, and then I have to tear them up. Then it's me being destructive. Anyway, I'm going to let you ladies go tonight, and I just really, really appreciate you being here, and I will come back. Tomorrow is Monday. We're getting that. It's the roll up to Thanksgiving, and I have to actually also. I'm having a total knee replacement on the 29th, so there's a fair number of things that I have to get done before then. Also, so I will be back on tomorrow night at 6 to say hi, to see what I have. We'll see if we get life in black and white, or if life takes another turn. And that's kind of the journey. Maybe I will have learned something else about eCam by then, and can figure out better how to even do things like turn things off. Oh, I'll drop Lightroom. Oh, there we go. Yeah, get things out of my way so that when I want to close. See, when I look over here from you guys, there's comments here, but because I don't always trust that I can see that. Oh, yes, Gloria, thank you. Oh my gosh, I would love a Reiki healing from, I sent remote healing to Angie today, and I hope it helped her. And you've been sending her Reiki. That's amazing, amazing, amazing. Thanks, Glenda. You have a lovely evening too. I haven't figured out how to do my YouTube channel. Gloria, it took me a bit, and once they got it so that once you have 50 subscribers, then you can just hit that little plus and go live pretty easily. And but I had to, yeah, we kind of did in my group that I'm with Glenda. Everybody hopped on and gave me some subscriptions so I could get to 50, so I could start doing lives this way and whatnot. I'm trying to do another little bit of stuff so that I can do some recording. I made a commitment to do some training on iPhone photography for the seniors in our area, and I have to work on that class. So this is all kind of a thing. It's not the main thing that I want. It's not about having a live channel necessarily for that type of thing. For me, it's more about sharing my art and sharing how I do it and getting your ideas back and your feedback on things, and and getting inspiration from your work too, and how that all integrates. That inspiration from others and how it integrates into my work is pretty amazing, because I don't want to get so deep into the weeds of the production aspect of the live that it takes time away from creating my art. And this is very different than going into a dark room. I used to go into the dark room at 7:30 in the morning in a place. There was a public dark room in North Seattle, and this was before kids, of course. My oldest is 37 now, but they opened at 7:30 in the morning, and I would show up about 7:30, and they closed at 10 o'clock at night. And I would show up with my bag of film to be developed and my paper and all that. And next thing I know, I would get a tap on the shoulder, and one of the folks from the darkroom would say, "Gretchen, you can't go in and develop another roll of film." And I'm like, no, it's 9:30. We close in half an hour. And I would have been there for 14 hours and totally absorbed in it. And when my flow is going well here on this, that's how I can be. I'm hoping to figure out how to do time lapse, so maybe I can do that and share some of that. You'll hear my mutterings and whatnot, but yeah, anyway. Gloria is amazing. She can do. She's a Reiki healer, and if you're not familiar with Reiki, it is an absolutely phenomenal method of healing. In fact, the tribes here, the natives, I have a good friend in the Tulalip tribe, and she is actually we used to work at the tribal medical office as a Reiki healer. And that's part of that. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Anyway, so yay, good, Gloria and Glenn, I'm glad you connected on that. Yay, thank you so much. All right, good. Oh, you guys, thanks so much, everybody. Well, I'm gonna let you go. I want you to have a blessed evening. Take care of yourself, and remember, just like I always say, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. Even when the day is gone crazy and you're like my bear and you want to just sit down in the water and scratch your head, but you can find that beauty, and we just power through and we can do it. So thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, it's been Gretchen. And you know what? Look for the beauty hidden in plain sight inside of yourself. That's where the real source is. Later.